Welcome back to more Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, everybody. Last episode, we definitely witnessed quite a number of things, that's for sure. So now, what the hell? Oh my god. So Squall is finally coming to his feelings, saying he's never felt this way in her life. Alright, to Rinoa's past. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. Alright, so I gotta get on this thing. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna, yeah, this video is gonna be a lot of cutscenes again, just a lot of stuff. It's very cutscene heavy, this game and this part of the game. So just bear with us here. I don't know if you're a fan of cutscenes or not. I am, but not if they're just like cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. That really goes for a lot of games, not just Final Fantasy games, you know. But most games are, you know, I like a cutscene, then some gameplay, another cutscene and some more gameplay, and so on, you know. So yeah, so alright, so now we're getting this a scene of Irvine and Rinoa talking here in this car. If you figure it out, I mean, if you would want to figure it out, I mean, you could on your own, but you can just put the pieces together on when this actually happened, because this did actually happen during the time spent in Final Fantasy VIII. It wasn't before, obviously. But we just never actually saw this scene. Okay? That's funny. But no one has ordered me to escape and end up staying there. That's fucking hilarious, Rinoa. Oh my god. You're crazy. Alright, so Rinoa wants to go back. So basically, if you couldn't figure out already, the other people, the four other members, are in the D District prison. And this is back when Rinoa was taken from the district prison by those guards in order of General Caraway, her father, but only her. So Irvine was the one who was ordered by General Caraway to do it in the other state. However, at the D District prison, you probably remember that a little bit later in that, Irvine then comes to help out, and then Rinoa follows along with him. That's basically what had happened. Okay, looks really cool, yeah. And then this thing is here. After Zell had asked Squall for the ring. Or wait. No, sorry, before. It was before. But they were in the garden. Yeah, so it was definitely before the Battle of the Gardens. Because Zell asked for Squall's ring in the beginning of the Battle of the Gardens. And then Rinoa gave it back once we were next to Galbadia Garden. Okay, so that makes sense. Cool. Alright. Wasn't it? Alright. Yeah, so that, I mean, that was some good cutscenes, but that wasn't the exact time. Now this one is right there at the time. Now we are actually going to be able to see a different perspective on this and actually know what the hell happened. Well, let's pay some close attention here. Because what had happened the first time is that Cypher just randomly stood up and walked away, and Rinoa just passed out. That's all we know that happened. Alright. Transfer from Edea, okay. Find the legendary lunatic Pandora, said to be hidden beneath the ocean. Only then shall the Sorceress provide you with dreams again. Basically, Ultimisia told that to Cypher through Rinoa. And then Cypher was like, yes, I obey. Yeah, see, as you wish, Ultimisia. And then he went off to find, to that task. And there we go. Okay. Alright, so that, I mean, we were able to see that, but like, can't exactly do much about that, you know? Oh man. Hello, Alone. Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, again, he couldn't do anything because you kind of can do anything, and you kind of learn that you can't. It's in the past. That's right. Okay. The nearest? What do you mean by the nearest? What is happening now? Oh, I thought you were gonna take me. Okay. Remaining life support system, 15 seconds. Okay. Am I gonna make it? So yeah, this isn't happening now in the present. This is happening in the very near past. Okay. So she's saying that, I'm pretty sure. Drifting endlessly. I'm pretty sure she's saying that. Not Squall or alone. Yeah, no, okay, definitely, yeah. She's saying I'm helpless. As you can see, she's no longer under the control. Remaining life support is 0. Okay. What? You're what? That's it? That's it? That's it? That's it? You're gonna... what? What are you talking about? You're gonna die? Life support has terminated. Oh man. So Squall is basically talking to Rinoa on this past scene through what Alone is doing. Something that technically has never worked. You can still try to talk to people apparently in Alone's, you know, things that she does, but they don't really listen. The closest thing that happens is something about fairies. People mention the fairies or something like that, but nothing like this. So it's a little bit different in this case. Because in here, for the first time ever, Squall's voice, or I should say a person's voice, because it's not just like in general, you know, a person's voice was able to actually reach out to another person through Alone. He's saying, try to remember. Right there with you. That's what he's saying. This, I will say this scene is incredibly dragged out, and I don't really fault the game for this. It's important to, like, in a game where you can't exactly show that well, that you have to do this. I'm just saying, if this game were to be remade, this scene could, because now, like, how graphics look and all these things that you can do with, like, with characters in terms of models and actions that they can take, it can just be done a lot quicker, like a lot quicker. In fact, having it too dragged out kind of makes it look fake, because you can't be surviving that long like that, you know, when you have no life support in your astronaut suit, you know? But yeah, just like a minor little thing there that, yeah, I know that this scene would be changed heavily if it were to be remade into something modern. But there's just a lot of cutscenes back and forth of, you know, FMV, non-FMV, and so on. I'm also not going to be really talking that much through some of these spacings because there's a lot. So I'm just going to start talking a little bit less, you know. Alright, what you basically have to do here is you have to keep Rinoa in the center for as much as possible. You can press triangle to speed up, and you do want to do that to center her essentially. So if you speed up, she does move closer to the center. 1, 0, 9, 8. My God, the timer moves pretty freaking quick though. Alright, go like that. And then once you have her there, you just gotta keep moving that in that direction. Basically for that amount of time. So we have another 40 something seconds or so. So that's good, I suppose. That's good. So, okay, now I need to go the other way because it's going a little too high now. So now I have to go that way. You just gotta keep her centered. It can be a little tricky at times, but you simply just move the stick in the direction you want to go to keep her centered. And then you go from there pretty much. Okay. Alright, and then I mean I suppose that's fine. Right there, and then we go, and perfect. Pretty much right there. Wow. Just wow, right? How the fuck did that happen? To this day, I'm still kind of like, just, what the heck? It's strange, you know, it's interesting the way it works. I'm not going to save quite yet, and I just junctions are still a little bit more talking before we, you know, attempt to get out of here. But yeah, for the most part, we made it. We're done. Wow. We are alive. We made it back. Hello. What? Yep. Squall rescued you again. This did what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now what? Okay. He says, give me a hug. A real tight one. That's a cute way that she says it, and then like her little animation there. Look at her situation. I mean, that is true, to be fair. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Alright, so what I have to do here is do a junction exchange. I'm gonna switch you with... I'll just go ahead and switch you with Zell's. I guess that's fine. That's good enough. I'm gonna use some potions on... There we go. That's good enough. Let's use some regular potions. They should both have junctions. Yes, they do. We're good to go. And let's proceed. Alright, so Squall said, what the? Saw something over there. What could it be? That thing looks ugly as fuck, I'm just saying. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, you're right. It's true, it doesn't look like a very friendly creature. Double check your junctions. I thought there was a drop point there. Alright, it's no use, it won't open. Basically, these enemies are called Propagators, and all you really have to do is, I mean, they're fairly simple enemies. They have decent strength, and they use some annoying magics. I think they use Thunder Elemental attacks, so if you want to make it a bit easier, you could put, like, Thundaga to your Elemental Defense, if you absolutely wanted to. What do you have? No, not that. To draw. Life? Nothing really good. He also has Death Junction to attack, so this guy's a freaking crazy maniac right now. Squad. They don't give experience, but they do give 5 AP each, so that's pretty decent, I suppose. As far as like what they're learning, to be fair, by this point, I don't really give a shit because they're all going to be learning abilities that I need. The one exception is Alexander. He needs med data right now, that's for sure. But I don't even think he's junction to. I believe he's junction to Selfie. He is. I'm just gonna get rid of that so I can be a little bit closer. Alexander. There we go. Oh, you can get another ability. He has ability times 3. I'll give you like, I don't know, I guess vitality plus 40%. Let's do that. Sure. Alright, so the way this works here is that you want to actually kill Propagators that are in pairs in their same color. So I'm going to start by killing the 2 purples, for example. So let's do that first. Okay, but they can all just die in one shot. It's real. Oh my god, you are so fast. This guy got 2 attacks in before Squall got 1, and he has some high speed. What the hell was that all about? There we go. Yeah, death to status attack is one of the best things you can do in this game. Like, seriously, you can. Shellstone, 5 AP, cool. Alright, so purples are now dead. Alright, so that was a green and that was a red over there. I think the other green one is actually down there. So if I take on this one... Alright, just let Squall go first, please, so we can just kill him fast. That's my plan. Damn it, they always get an attack first. How are you attacking that fast? What the heck? What is going on? Do you really have that much speed? Whatever, you're dead. I can't believe they're getting 2 hits in before I get even 1. That's ridiculous. Alright, killed another one. That's 5 AP, another thing learned. That's cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go... Okay, I killed the green one. Purple one is down. Alright, so that one's red. Purple one is down over here. I believe the next green one is over here. Yes, it is actually. I'm gonna go ahead and take on this one. So now there's reds and yellows that are next, and I believe I have to take on reds next. Oh, Zantetsuken. Okay. So I don't think this is actually shown up yet. I don't believe so, but Odin randomly appears on enemies and he just shows up and kills all the enemies in the beginning of the battle. And you get the experience, you get the AP, you get the item drops. It's just a nice perk to have him come and kill enemies just like that. It's pretty freaking awesome, actually. Deathstone. Okay, 5 AP. There we go. Greens are now dead. The next thing I need to do now, I think it's reds, because reds are the ones that are going to be appearing in the next one. So what I'm going to do is take on the red one here. So I'm basically halfway there. There are 8 propagators, purple, red, blue, and blue. Purple, red, green, and yellow. And you just kill them in pairs. See, that time I got an attack first. That was cool. Alright, you're dead. Alright, so that's 5 down. Basically, I'm getting 40 AP from doing this, which is freaking awesome. Like, seriously, it is so awesome. Alright, so that one's dead. So now what I have to do is I'm going to go through here and unlock the hatch, and this should be another red. Yep, right there. Yeah, as you can see, they even spawn in these places where there originally weren't any propagators, but now there are. They're very creepy looking enemies, though. Like, they really are. And that's it. Okay. So we got 2 more to the Ultima Stone, 5 AP, and another ability learned. The last one is the yellows. So if I take on this one, then the last yellow will be in the one room that we have not really been to yet. Oh my god, is Zantetsuken again? Okay. I mean, I guess that's cool. Sure, why not? And you're dead. Propagator. Easy 5 AP. I mean, it would have been easy regardless, right? A Flare Stone from that. 5 AP. Alright, so now there's only 1 left, and it's actually going to be straight ahead this way. Oh, here's a drop point. Life? I don't really want life, no. Right over here. And there it is. Another yellow one. That's it. That's all I hate. That's 40 AP right there for me. Perfect. Took care of them really, really fast. So we are done. Another Flare Stone. Another 5 AP. And that is it for the Propagators. Once all are defeated, you then have access to the elevator. And you can then go up to fly this thing. Okay. Alright, alright. That's interesting. It's trying to talk. Star Air Station. Do you read? Do you read? The heck? What the heck? Okay. 17 years. Oh my god. Alright, so they're guiding us step by step, giving us instructions on, you know, what we can do here. What a beautiful cutscene. That's also why they didn't talk at all during that scene, especially because it was a song with vocals on it, and in case you wanted to listen to the lyrics or that kind of stuff, I didn't want to talk over it, but very emotional for its time, of course. Has it aged well? Well, like most games where, you know, they're like PS1 graphics like stuff, maybe they haven't aged perfectly, but I think it's still a really good cutscene. It has its emotion is there. You know, I like its pacing of, you know, what's being said and all. It's really good. But now we are back, as you can kind of see here. We are back. Wow. Okay. Sorceress Rinoa, Hein's descendant. Must seal your power for the sake of... Okay. Well then. Well then. Alright. What? What must you tell me? Okay. But yeah, obviously, you know, the big thing with all that, you know, despite the whole like love thing with Squall and Rinoa, what the news after that is that yes, we officially now know that Rinoa is in fact a sorceress. She got Edea's powers, kind of like without really realizing it, and it's not like Edea wanted to do it or Rinoa wanted to accept it. That's just the way it works when it comes to sorceresses who die or are near death. Transfers the power over to a new nearby person as long as they're female. Apparently they can only be female. That's one thing I was looking at when I was researching the story of this game. That's why there's a sorceress and not a sorcerer, but yeah. Okay. So now Squall tells Rinoa don't go, but obviously she wants to. Or not, she doesn't want to, but she says she has to go. Okay. Alright. So she still has the ring of Squall. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could, Squall. Alright, so the episode's over here. Next episode we're gonna figure out what the fuck we're supposed to be doing. Alright, so if you enjoyed this episode in any way, please be sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great and a fantastic day.